much for coming here. We've got some learned persons, as they would say, on this panel, people with an immense amount of international experience. And what I'd like to do is start to my left with the first Tim. And Tim, tell us a little bit about what you do internationally.
Well, thank you, Joe, for kicking it off and reminding everyone that there's a lot of feet out there. I would just clarify that there's also a lot of competition, and there's no shortage of shoes in the world. As Joe said, I'm responsible for growing the brands that Brown Shoe represent around the world, and we're thrilled, having been at it now for about 8 or 9 years, to be represented in 60 countries and growing the business quite successfully year on year. I think at the end of the day, it's fascinating when you turn up somewhere and you think about why a particular country might be interested in an American brand. And at the end of the day, it is about fashion. It is about the ability to communicate and translate a particular fashion trend or a particular need. And as the world gets smaller today, we see that there's a lot of similarities depending on which country you're in and where you're going. I look forward to talking more about some of the challenges and some of the opportunities that we faced us during the course of the last 8 years while we've been on this journey. And I think that I'll leave it at that.
Maxine, would you like to start?
Build-A-Bear Workshop is, as you heard, a global business, and I actually made my first trip overseas, not for Build-A-Bear Workshop, but about a couple months out of college to the Canton Fair in China in 1972 or 3, so a long time ago. And I've been doing business in the international global environment, whether it was buying goods, not necessarily selling goods, but buying goods in a global environment ever since I started in the retail business. And I always think it's incredibly interesting because there's so many different jobs and all the things that we do. And Tim and I have a related business because we're both in the retail business, wholesale and retail. But we've sold over 100 million bears in the 15 years that we've been in business, and I just had to figure out how many shoes that was, because we also sell shoes for bears. So since we sell dogs, and many of our animals are four-legged, so we actually have been able to sell about 280 million, the potential for 280 million pairs of shoes for stuffed animals. So again, a thriving. You're right. There's no shortage of competition. We're a little bit luckier in that respect because we don't really have any competition. We are the only global retailer of make-your-own stuffed animals. That's a good place to be, but it's also a tough place because you have to set up the environment. You have to explain to everybody, especially in every country that we go to, why we exist. Why do you need to make your own stuffed animal? Why do you want to make your own stuffed animal? And so it's a challenge, but it's also an incredible opportunity, and we're having a lot of fun doing it. So as I said, about 140 of our stores are outside of North America, so that's a good percentage of our business, actually. 140 is about 40% of our retail locations, not necessarily 40% of our business, but 140 stores and 40% of our locations are outside of North America.
Tim, would you like to comment?
Well, I don't know how you follow up shoes and bears, to be honest. What we do is a heck of a lot more boring than that. But I guess I want to first just commend all of you for being here. I think that anything that we may say really might be speaking to the choir in many ways. That you've proven just by being here and actually sticking around for the last session, give you a round of applause for that, that you have an interest. You have an interest in learning how to pursue a career in international business, what it might take in terms of networking, connectivity, and better understanding. I wouldn't include myself in this group, but between these four, there's a lot to be shared. There really is. I know some of you, some faces look familiar because of the internship program that we run at the World Trade Center. You've all done, those of you that have, and looking at one right now, those that have graced our offices have done tremendous work. We daily work with companies here to help them take advantage of trade, whether it's research, education, connections. At the end of the day, we are working to grow business in the region and to help companies here take advantage of trade. So my job is really one of working with some of the best and the brightest on our team to help companies in the region.
Turbo.
So Joe said earlier, I love coming here because 23 years ago I was sitting where you are. So for all of those of you who are not from the United States and who are visiting from abroad, you're a foreign student, I was sitting in the audience with you. And 23 years later, I am proud to work for the Boeing Company. I got married. I live here in St. Louis now. I'm not quite sure how I ended up in St. Louis, perhaps like some of you, but it's a great city to raise a family. So, for those of you sitting out in the audience, particularly those of you who are not from the United States, and you're studying here and you want to make a life for yourself in the United States, this is a great country, and it's a land of great opportunity. And if I can make it, trust me, all of you can make it. And those of you who are American, it's even easier for you. Trust me, if I was able to pull it off, you guys are way ahead of me. You don't have to marry an American in order to get a green card.
Although it doesn't hurt.
Don't tell my wife.
Was that why the immigration guy was going out?
Actually, we had a big spirited discussion about immigration just because of the paperwork. Anyway. Let's see. I run our global maintenance and upgrades division. So I run a $750 million division here out of St. Louis. We have 7,000 employees, about half of them in the Middle East. We do work on aircraft from, like I say to a lot of my colleagues, and you'll appreciate it, but some of the folks in defense departments get a little offended when I say this. I'm the Jiffy Lube, I can pimp your ride, and I'm the dealership. So really, it's great. St. Louis is a great city. This is, for those of you who are interested in international business, I think this is a great event. The fact that you're here, I think Tim's comment is right on the money. This is your first step in hopefully a long journey. And then one day you'll be sitting here and you'll be talking to the next generation and you'll be telling them, hey, hang in there, you can do it, here's what you're going to do. And so I'm thrilled to be here.
In talking to some of the students beforehand, there was some confusion. What should I do? Do I go to law school? Do I get an MBA in business? So I'd like to find out from the panel, what are the opportunities for kids their age, not our age, because we're old already, okay? But their age, for new business, to have a career in international business. What would you recommend, Tim?
I think at the end of the day, there are so many opportunities that exist both here in the USA and around the world. Every generation that comes into existence seems to be able to reinvent itself and to be able to go and find new opportunities. And there's something very fundamental about the way that the human nature exists and is able to try and find new ways to make a living. Fashion reinvents itself constantly. One of my great pleasures, and I'm sure the same is true of Maxine, is that we have distributors and franchisees all over the world who probably take better care of our business than we would do ourselves. They're making a livelihood from selling shoes, building our brands, taking as much energy and effort into representing our business in that local market. And sitting here today, we may look at that and say, what is in it for a small company in Central America who operates maybe 2 or 3 stores? I'll tell you this, they can make a very good living doing it. And I think you've got to set your horizons in terms of what it is you really want to do and how you want to do it, and then get really motivated and go and do it.
Maxine, any advice?
For sure, I think you should go and get a job. I think and I mean, like, before you're out of college, or if you're in your graduate school, get a summer internship in a company that has an international department, because that is a doorway into a career. I think that everyone in our summer internship programs that we do at Build-A-Bear Workshop, which is just 2 exits down on 170, we hire. Because that's the part of our business that's growing so rapidly, is our international business. And the more people that are educated on our brand in the United States can help us translate it in foreign countries because they speak the language, because they're comfortable in multiple cultures, because they're willing to travel and be flexible, the more we can grow, the faster we can grow. Because even all of our franchisees, exactly true what Tim said, is they really love our brand and they want to make our brand really successful. And if we can provide them staff, we can even do it faster. We're just expanding our global sourcing and moving all of our products to a one buying standard, meaning we buy it into central warehouses and they can take from the warehouses. And we need a bunch of people to help us do that. And so you may not think that's your job. You may think, well, gee, that's not what I really wanted to do. I wanted to go over to Spain and work in Spain or work in China. But you can actually get started in international business, right? 2 exits down the highway or 3 exits down the highway with a great job, a summer internship, or even an entry-level job in one of the companies here in St. Louis.
Tim, let me ask you to put a twist to this. Would you recommend a foreign language